Heel the butt, high knee. So in this drill, what we're working is a sprint mechanic or a top speed sprint mechanic drill focusing on the recovery leg. So before we get started with it, Bree's gonna be showing this as we go, but what I'm looking for her to have is a rod from her ear through her hip, through her ankles, and by that I mean a straight line. I want to have a good lean, so I want to have good sprint posture. That means I want to have my weight of my shoulders over my hips and my hips over my toes, like I'm almost falling. So when I get that posture, then that's the basic of the exercise. Now, on this drill, a lot of people, when you think high knees, they'll lean back because they don't have mobility in their hips. So we think about our warm-up, why we're focusing so much on the hips, using the foam rollers, working on the stretches to get our hip into flexion and our knee into flexion, staying over the top of it. So if your athletes, this is a good drill to see if your athletes are leaning back to lift their knees. And if they're doing that, they're going to be landing too far in front of their center of gravity and pushing backwards, really getting that braking force, and we don't want that. So this drill is focusing on the recovery leg like I talked about. So if we get the good sprinting posture and then we get the knee up into flexion and we're staying over the top, what we're focusing on is we call it heel the butt, high knee. I'm really looking for that calf to hamstring. So as I land, my body's going to push over the top, and I got a couple choices here with my recovery leg. I can kick back out into nowhere, or I can drive my knee. So I want to imagine there's a pane of glass here and I'm driving my knee. I'm trying to keep it as close to me as possible, and I'm trying to take my calf to hamstring. If that doesn't happen, that's fine. We can work some more mobility, but it's really not something I'm focusing on. I'm not saying, oh, I really want to kick my butt, because you can get the wrong impression with your athletes on that. What you'll get is butt kicks instead of a knee drive with the reaction of the leg coming up and the calf hitting the hamstring. So the real goal is I get up, that it's going to be my knees in front and I get that calf to hamstring, and then I'm going to cycle through. What we get out of this is a faster knee drive, so we get the leg up in front and higher, faster. We also now set ourselves up to pick where and how we want to land. So we got to anticipate, we got to use our brain to land where we want to, but it also helps us to recruit and fire those muscles, anticipating getting us that pop. Then we pick where we want to land, so it's not too far, it's not behind us, it's right in that sweet spot that we talked about, where we take our toe into dorsiflexion and then into plantar flexion, or that anticipation. That's where the power comes out. So making this drill simple is really just coaching the posture up over the top, the sprint posture being that rod, and then telling your athletes to do high knees by staying over the top. And then the action that we're going for will actually just happen. That calf to hamstring will happen if they keep that posture and if they drive their knees. So Bree's going to go ahead behind me here, and she's just going to go a couple times for us. And what you'll notice is she starts, so whenever she's ready, she can go. As she starts, she's going to stay over the top. She's got a neutral chin. She's working that forward lean where her shoulders are over her hips. She's working that dorsiflexion, pulling her toe up. But as she jogs back here, she's also really focusing on driving that knee, breaking that pane of glass, driving that knee, and you see from behind, you get that calf to hamstring. So if she opened that up and decided to go take that heel to butt high knee into a sprint, what she would get is she would start to drive down and still focus on that recovery leg, but she'd be putting more force behind her, propelling her forward. So I love this drill. It's a really simple drill. We can do this with a band like we've showed you. We can do it without a band like we're showing you now, but it's a real simple drill to work that recovery leg of that top speed sprint posture.